Welcome to We Talk, where we talk about any and everything as a family.
As a family. So, today we're going to be talking about this new trend of parents who shame their kids using like social media and the internet. So basically, like, you know, the kid misbehaves in some way, like bad grades or, you know, just acting out. And the parent feels the need to like record some sort of punishment. Like usually it's like giving the kid like a messed up haircut, or there was even some mother that I saw who was like exposing her 13-year-old daughter's like poor hygiene. Just like, and I don't understand that. Like that's so crazy to me that people think that that's good parenting, you know? Like there's a place for shame, but I don't think that that's it, you know? Like shame can be good, shame can be helpful sometimes, but in the sense to where you're like humiliating your child in front of like an untold number of people, like that's too much. Like, and I feel like that's too much for a kid to handle almost, you know? Like, oh my God, I can't imagine that 13-year-old girl or whatever who got totally exposed. Like, I think it was on was it Instagram Live or something? Something live.
Was it Facebook?
I don't know.
It was somebody live.
But yeah, like her mom just went on her account with all her friends, just went live. She's like, all right, I'll wait for everybody to get in here. I want everybody to see this, like all of her friends, and then she just starts like putting this little girl on blast. Which honestly, I feel like if there's something going on with a child like that, like if there's like issues to the point where that girl had issues, like the hygiene issues and whatever.
The hygiene issues had nothing to do with
I mean, yeah, the punishment was because she had, a phone or social media?
She stole a relative's phone, and she had set up social media accounts which she was not allowed to have. So that's why she felt like this was warranted.
No, I wholeheartedly disagree. But that just shows that like there is something going on in this household. Like a child that's been raised well doesn't. What were you saying?
Okay, never mind. Okay, I'll chime in.
A child that has been raised well doesn't steal from family members. A child that has been raised well, like, showers every day. Like you as a parent are supposed to teach your kids these things.
I mean, but I don't feel like it's like a child that is raised well, because some children have issues regardless of how well that you raise them.
I mean, yes,
Okay,
but
so
I think that there is some fundamental failing of the parent.
I feel like she failed her child, and I feel like she failed her child in the fact that she was being very hypocritical. She was cussing up a storm and talking about, well, I seen you out there, you was out there cussing, I didn't raise you to do that. Oh, but you did, because you're out here cussing up a storm on this live feed. I mean, and then as far as you trying to expose your daughter as far as urine and feces stains in her underwear, you as a woman should have taught your daughter how to bathe herself. That's on you. If you're, I mean, as a mother, that's solely on her. You know, but and then for you to try to expose your child and humiliate her, but what really wound up happening is everybody feels like you were the fool. You look really bad in there. So
you played yourself.
My thing is, what is a reason to like not allow your kid to have social media? Like,
I can think of plenty of reasons.
Oh, I don't want them out in the world. Oh, I don't want them.
There are some creepy people.
I don't want their self-esteem to be hurt. I don't want. Okay, but what you're doing to your child is you're putting them on the internet for their self-esteem to be brought down and for anyone to see it. I know that she probably didn't intend for like us back Midwestern people to see. I don't know.
No, I'm sure she did. I mean, because you know what? When you go live, you can't take that back.
Yeah, but I don't. What I'm saying is, I don't think she meant to have like the outreach that it had. She probably was only targeting like people in her community with it. But my thing is that like it's out of your hands. You don't know how many people are gonna see it and how many people are gonna share it.
Yeah, I mean, once something is on the internet, like, just assume that everybody has it.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Like, they may not have it now, but you can't get anything off the internet. Like, I mean, you could try, I guess, but, you know, good luck. It's so crazy. The craziest part to me was that this woman was like, yeah, this is what a good parent does. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, shut up. Like, shit, you are stupid. Like, you... I was like very, very frustrated with this person because she's sitting there cussing up a storm. Like, I didn't teach you to F and cuss and like this and that. Like, just completely disrespecting her daughter.
She kept,
like,
and then she took the camera and panned it onto her daughter and was like, tell them hi. Tell them, and the girl was like, oh my God. She's like, no, you turn around here and tell them hi. You waved it. And I'm like, wow.
Like, you were a piece of trash. Like, you were like, oh my goodness. Just stuff like that, I don't understand. I really find it disturbing that parents think that humiliating their child is productive, you know?
Okay, so I'm glad that you said that because I like to address that.
Okay.
Being a parent, when you are a parent and you've tried everything under the sun, punishments, whoopings, because we black folk in this house, we whoop. Don't come for
Okay,
me.
I was actually talking to a friend about this earlier. I'm like, man, my little brother got it way easier than I did when it comes to whoopings.
Yeah.
Like, I used to get torn up
That's
like a lot.
That's another topic for another day.
And look, all right, whatever. No.
I mean, but it's like when you're at your wit's end, you know, I mean, you're trying to get this child to realize, look, I don't know what else to do. I mean, I understand that because you know what, it has crossed my mind. I've not done it because you know what, I was smart enough to realize I was gonna look like the fool.
Who's the hypocrite
Right.
now?
No. I mean, but I'm not gonna say like I didn't think about it, you know.
I mean,
But I would never go to those type of extremes. That's a lot. You know what? You can really cause damage in doing stuff like that.
you can cause like some lifelong
Absolutely.
like complexes that this kid will
Absolutely.
develop.
I mean, you can create a bully because you're bullying your kid.
Yeah, I mean, and then you're giving like other bullies like
Ammunition.
you're basically giving them things to use against your child. Like,
Yeah.
and a lot of bullies, like a lot of people. It's the internet.
Yeah.
And a lot of people on the internet are savages.
Yeah.
They're like keyboard savages.
That's because they're behind like you said, behind the keyboard.
Like,
I mean,
they're anonymous, so they can like,
Yeah.
oh my God, they can roast your kid all they want.
I had read about a father who his daughter did something and he pulled out the camera and recorded him giving her a bad haircut. Essentially, she turned around and committed suicide. But my thing with that was, from what I had read, was that he was not the one who put that out there on the internet. She was the one who shared the video with all her friends and somebody got it and put it out there and it went viral. And, you know, and behind all that, she committed suicide. But still, that's just not the way to go. I mean, I don't know. But like I said, I kind of can understand when you feel like you're just pushed to a point. You've tried everything. You've tried. I mean, so, yeah.
You're pretty silent, little one. What is your take on this?
I just don't like it. I feel like I agree with you, like, it's not proactive. Like, what's the point? In my mind, all that it's going to do is create a bigger divide between the parent and the child, because the child's not going to want to trust the parent anymore. That's breaking a barrier of trust. You're putting your kid out there to be exposed and made fun of for whose benefit? Because, you know, maybe it gets them to do what you want them to do, maybe it gets them to bring that B up to an A, but, you know, also, maybe it gets them to, like you said, eventually commit suicide. Maybe it gets them to, it could lead down a road of
They could turn to
dangerous
crack.
possibilities.
I think it's definitely more possible for a negative outcome than a positive outcome. I really don't. I think that the chances of a positive outcome are very slim to none. I mean, because the emotional damage that you are doing to your child with all of the humiliation. I mean, when you're at home in private and you berate your child, you're doing damage. But then you put it on a bigger scale, you put it out there in the world, I mean, that is amplified. I mean, there's no coming back from that.
Right. I don't know. I feel like it's really it's lazy. Like it's ignorant and lazy to just be like I don't know what to do. Like, they're always on their phone. I'll just like show all their friends like how messed up this is or how bad that is or whatever.
I don't think that parents understand, one, how big the internet actually is,
Probably
and
not.
two, like, how important social skills and like being social is at like a younger age, because you're developing skills that will help you in further your life, because if you don't develop social skills, you're not going to be able to go out there and get a job, you're not going to be able to go out there and speak for yourself, and if you're out there damaging your child's reputation to the point where they can't even step in school without getting bullied because you thought it would be funny to post their botched hair online, like, you're not only punishing them now, you're punishing them down the road.
That's true.
Yeah. Man, you gotta be a strong kid
To survive that.
yeah, like to come back from something like that and be better than you were like before the whole thing happened. Like, I feel like that'd be a rare child.
And you know, it's funny because you've had people who've actually done this, where the situation was that their kid was bullying someone, and they did this to help stop their kid from bullying someone.
But you're bullying the kid.
Right, essentially you're bullying them, and that's probably where they learned the bullying from in the first place, is home.
If you're bullying someone, like if your kid is bullying someone, you can't fight fire with fire. Like, you only just go make a bigger fire. Because you find out that your kid is bullying someone, so you post their stuff online, and then they go to that kid and they're like, oh, so you wanted to snitch and tell everyone that I'm bullying you? Well, you know, my mom embarrassed me, so I'm going to embarrass you. Like, it's very that mentality. You do whatever the parent does to the child's going to do to someone weaker than them. It's like displacement. That's
I mean that
it's a
happens
coping
a lot.
mechanism.
Like you know, a lot of school bullies get bullied at home, like by their parents, or they're made to feel weak by someone else, and so they have to take that power back, like somehow, like, so, you know.
Alrighty then.
That what?
Okay, I thought I was gonna sneeze, but keep going.
Oh, I mean, you know, it's really like cyclical like that. Like, say a parent, like, you know, beats their kid, like that
Why
kid.
everybody look over here?
So a parent beats their kid, like the kid goes to school, like bullies some other kid, like that other kid now has this issue with a bully who is also a victim. So it's like they're both victims. One may seem like more at fault than the other, but like, is he really? Like, is the school bully really like that bad? Like, I know that, like, you know, he wouldn't have to become the bully, but
If you teach someone, if you teach someone to bully as a parent, they're gonna bully because as a kid, you only know what you learn. You don't have those experiences out in the real world that you get when you're an adult that teach you how to overcome things. So when you're going into things like middle school and elementary school, you really pretty much only know what you've learned unless you've unless you've lived a harder life where you've had to actually grow up faster and go out into the world and experience real experiences. So if you are constantly watching your parent bully the other parent or even bully their kids, then that's all you know. So when you get to school, you're going to have a really hard time making friends and a really nice time making enemies because you don't know how to do anything else.
Yeah, but a lot of parents don't realize that they're bullies, so.
yeah, I mean, you know, and a lot of parents just think that that's parenting. Like,
And it's like examples like that of people who post things online and like humiliate their child's online that really can influence a new parent. So not only is it dangerous to your child, but now you're endangering hundreds of other children because other parents see this and they're ignorant and they don't know whether, and you're sitting here calling it good parenting and they're like, well, maybe this is the way. And then they hop on their live and then it ends a constant cycle. And what did you do it for? For some likes on your Facebook Live?
my own mother was influenced by this. She considered this. So it could happen to anybody.
I really thought this was a safe space. I thought that I could be myself.
What made you think that this space was safe? Who told you that lie?
Like I said, I understand feeling like you're pushed to that point. But ultimately, I did not do it. I did think about it. But like I said, I'm at my wit's end when I'm telling a child to do this repeatedly, and I'm doing the punishment thing, this, that, and the third. Like I said, I understand. I don't agree with it. I did not do it, so do not come for me. But, yeah, I don't agree with it. It's wrong. It is bad parenting, and perhaps that's why I didn't do it.
Well, final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
I just think that it's bad parenting. I don't think it's good to humiliate your child. I feel like, you know, that's the easy way out, I guess, you know? So I feel like you ultimately do more damage than good. But, you know.
My final thoughts. Go speak to your child, I guess. Like, there are a number of reasons that they could not be, I guess, performing at the level that you want them to be. And you never know. It could be a matter of they're not wanting to, or a matter of, like, mental illness or many other things. So, before you cut their hair, go talk to them.
You know, in this aspect, I kind of feel like treat your child as you would want to be treated. You know, would you want someone to put you online getting a bad haircut? Would you want someone to humiliate you and put it out there for the world to see? You know, you need to exercise compassion and empathy. Because in the long run, it's not going to work. I don't see any good coming out of this at all.
Well, Thank you for joining us here today. Try to have a conversation with your family. See if you can get on the same page.
If not the same page, at least the same chapter.
And if not the same chapter, be a good parent.
Also, if you have any topics that you would like for us to talk about, please leave it in the comments section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.